All right, good morning everybody and welcome to the Irish Fair. Yay! We're in for a big treat this morning, and starting off with the River City Rovers. We'll introduce ourselves shortly, but we're going to kick it off with some drinking songs because we are a pub song band. And you're going to have great fun today, so seatbelts on, tray tables up, nearest exit is behind you, but everything you really want to hear is in front. We got sheep grazing, we've got streams of whiskey, we've got dances and all sorts of fun. So we're going to kick off the fun with a good old folk song and Shane McGowan called Sally MacLennane.
All right, ready, here we go. 2, 3, 4.
Harmonica in the pub where I was born. He played it from the night time to the peaceful early morn. He soothed the souls of psychos and the men who had the horn, and they all looked very happy in the morning. But Jimmy didn't like his place in this world of ours, where the elephant man broke strong and rich when he had too many bars. So sad to see the grieving of the people that he's leaving. He took the road to Gargoyles in the morning. We walked him to the station in the rain. We kissed him as we put him on the train. We sang him a song of times long gone, though we knew that we'd be seeing him again.
Far away!
Sad to say, I must be on my way. So buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away. I'd like to think of me returning when I can to the greatest little boozer and to Sally MacLennane. Years went by, the times had changed, I grew to be a man. I learned to love the virtues of sweet Sally MacLennane. I took the cheers and drank the beers and club like Kanaka, and ended up a barman in the morning. I played the pump and took the hump and watered whiskey down. I taught the boars and horses to the men who drank the brown. I've heard them say that Jimmy's making money far away, and some people left for heaven without warning. We walked them to the station in the rain. We kissed them as we put them on the train. We sang them a song of times long gone, though we knew that we'd be seeing them again.
Far away!
Sad to say, I must be on my way. So buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away. I'd like to think of me returning when I can to the greatest little bruiser and to Sally MacLennane. When Jimmy came back home, he was surprised that they were gone. He asked me all the details of the train that they went on. So people there were scared to croak, but Jimmy drank until he choked, and he took the road to Helen in the morning. We walked him to the station in the rain. We kissed him as we put him on the train. We sang him a song of times long gone, though we knew that we'd be seeing him again.
Far away!
Sad to say, I must be on my way. So buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away. I'd like to think of me returning when I can to the greatest little boozer and to Sally MacLennane. Sad to say, I must be on my way. So buy me beer and whiskey, cause I'm going far away. I'd like to think of me returning when I can to the greatest little boozer and to Sally MacLennane. To the greatest little boozer and to Sally MacLennane. To the greatest little boozer and to Sally MacLennane.
Hey, thank you. All right, warming up the Craic here. In fact, the next song is a good old Christy Moore song, more words per minute than you can count. It's called The Craic Was 90 in the Isle of Man. About a bunch of Irish lads who want some fun, they get drunk and they get into trouble. So here we go, The Craic Was 90. Well, weren't we the rare old stars when the evening getting along in the east of Hearts, where the high schools looked in Beijing? All about bridge down by the dock, the butchers sell at 5 o'clock. Hurry now, says Wagon, if all will there, we'll all be back. Oh, carry it if you can.
Oh, the Craic was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Yeah!
Oh, the Craic was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Well, before we reached the on the face, the ding-dong we did surely raise. The bar was ship we had great sport. The ship she sailed out the port, landed up in Douglas Hague, right there for a vacant bed. Dining room we soon got shown by Daisy World, and up the road let's eat it if you can.
Oh, the Craic was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Yeah!
Oh, the Craic was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Next morning went for a ramble round, saw the streets of Douglas town, went for a mighty session at the pub they called it Darby's. Must have been drunk by 3:30, so we're off went swimming in the sea. Back to Spruce with Spruce up well, waiting for the Rosie. We all grew up on black.
Oh, the Craic was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Yeah!
Oh, the Craic was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Well, whack up fancied his good looks and well-done woman, he was strong. The little lad was by his side, and throwing the jar into her. Whacker thought he'd take a chance, he asked the crowd on out to dance. Round the floor they stepped it down, the record was their father. Everything's going to plan.
Oh, the Craic was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Yeah!
Oh, the Craic was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Well, the Alderman woman fancied whack, which man stood there, his mates got back. Whack went all whacked into whack, and whack was whacked onto his back. Oh, banjo to right as well, banjo a couple of them as well. Landed in the Douglas jails, the Dublin boat was set to set, all did every man.
Oh, the Craic was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Yeah!
Oh, the Craic was 90 in the Isle of Man.
Oh, that's a mouthful. All right, let me climb this down a little bit.
Yeah, so a lot of Irish music is nostalgic, and we have another one that's nostalgic, even though this one is not Irish. It comes to us from Muhlenberg County, Kentucky, and this is a John Prine song called Paradise.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I was a child, my family would travel to western Kentucky where my parents were born. There's a backwards old town that's often remembered, so many times my memories are worn. Oh, Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. With the Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Well, sometimes we travel right down the Green River to abandoned old prison down Maytree Hill. Where the air smells like snakes and we shoot them our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all we would kill. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. With the Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. And on night I let my boat down the river, so go on up to the Rochester town. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. One more time. Oh, Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away.
Very nice, thank you.
Hey Danny, could I get a little bit more?
All right, Jerry, this one's yours.
All right. So this next song is a tribute to a well-known Irish fiddler named Peter McArdle, and it was written by Tommy Sands of the Sands family. This is called Peter's Song. There was Peter
Sitting in the corner, fiddle in his hand, playing away like you never did hear and you never hear again. Charlie on the banjo, Shorty on the bowrun, everything was grand. Come on, Mark, and let me in, I want to join the band. Well, late one night he let me in, and I made my way along. The rafters rang with reels and jigs, and someone sang a song. There were flying bows and power on sticks, you had room to turn. But there was always a chair and a couple of drinks for the lad who came to learn. There was Peter sitting in the corner, fiddle in his hand, playing away like you never did hear and you never hear again. Charlie on the banjo, Shorty on the bowrun, everything was grand. Come on, Mark, and let me in, I want to join the band. But the time said, gentlemen please, and the gentlemen did go. Some of us might stay a while and sing songs very low. But Peter, he'd play one last tune and put away his bow. But his fiddle is still playing, no matter where you go. There was Peter sitting in the corner, fiddle in his hand, playing away like you never did hear and you never hear again. Charlie on the banjo, Shorty on the bowrun, everything was grand. Come on, Mark, and let me in, I want to join the band. It was in the springtime, 74, when Peter, he did die. Fergie played the Death March to his grave in Talonstown, and as we stood there silently, as if from out the grave, Jenny's chickens could be heard, I can see it all again. There was Peter sitting in the corner, fiddle in his hand, playing away like you never did hear and you never hear again. Charlie on the banjo, Shorty on the bowrun, everything was grand. Come on, Mark, and let me in, I want to join the band. The day that Peter passed away, we always will regret. The things he said and the tunes he played, we never will forget. The heavenly choir has dropped their lives and the angels dropped their harps. They're knocking with a penny on the golden gate, and this is their remark. There was Peter sitting in the corner, fiddle in his hand, playing away like you never did hear and you never hear again. St. Paul on the banjo, Moses on the bowrun, everything was grand. Almighty God, won't you let me in, I want to join the band. And there was Peter sitting in the corner, fiddle in his hand, playing away like you never did hear and you'll never hear again. Charlie on the banjo, Shorty on the bowrun, everything was grand. Come on, Mark, and let me in, I want to join the band.
All right. While we have an instrument change here, I'm going to introduce the members of the band. Once again, we are the River City Rovers. So you're going to see lots of signage and things about the Center for Irish Music. And so this group started out of a pub songs class that was hosted at the Center for Irish Music. And so one of our members, who is not here today, said, hey, let's put together a band. You know, we're learning all these songs, let's go out and play them. And we said, great. And so we've done a couple open mics down at Egan, and now we're here at Irish Fair, so World Conquest coming hopefully in the next couple of years. But first, so to my left, Tom Sullivan on vocals and the bass. Let's hear it for Tom. Yay! And then to my right, Ellen Angseth on vocals. And Janae Williams also on vocals. Mark Williams on vocals and a whistle. And Bill on accordion and low whistle. And then Nancy Spooner-Walsh on the ballroom. And you are. And I am Jeff Laskowski. We saved the most Irish name for last. But again, thanks all for coming out. We've got a few more songs to go. And Ellen, why don't you tell us a little bit about our next song?
We are the River
Yeah.
City Rovers, yeah.
I'm going to take it.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm all about nostalgia. So this is another nostalgia. This one is all about going out on the adventure and then wanting to come back home again and longing for home. Doogie MacLennane, some of you will know just by that name, Doogie MacLennane. This one's Caledonia. Sing along if you know it. So I've been telling old stories, singing songs, make me think about where I came from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today.
Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Oh.
I have moved and I've kept on moving, proved the points that I needed proven, lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. Oh, and I have tried and I've kept on trying, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I've traveled hard with conscience flying, somewhere with the wind.
Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
Now I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir. The flames have cooled, don't get any higher. They've withered, now they've gone. But now I'm steady thinking, my way is clear. I know what I will do tomorrow when the hands have shaken and the kisses flow. I will disappear.
Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
Love that one. Ireland has a long history of seafaring, kind of like Minnesota's long history of prairie faring. So here's a call and response halyard shanty for everyone to sing. It's called John Kanaka. I heard the old man say, "Oh,
John Kanaka Toorai.
Today it's a holiday.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai. Toorai, oh, Toorai. John Kanaka Toorai.
We'll work tomorrow, but not today.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai.
Today it's a holiday.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai. Toorai, oh, Toorai. John Kanaka Toorai.
We're bound away for Frisco Bay.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai.
We're bound away at the break of day.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai. Toorai, oh, Toorai. John Kanaka Toorai.
Them Frisco girls ain't got no combs.
John Kanaka Toorai.
They comb their hair with a herring backbone.
John Kanaka Toorai. Toorai, oh, Toorai. John Kanaka Toorai.
We're bound away around Cape Horn.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai.
We wish to God we'd never been born.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai. Toorai, oh, Toorai. John Kanaka Toorai.
Just one more heave and that'll do.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai.
'Cause we're the crew to pull her through.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai. Toorai, oh, Toorai. John Kanaka Toorai.
Oh, haul away.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai.
Oh, haul away and make your pay.
Oh, John Kanaka Toorai. Toorai, oh, Toorai. John Kanaka Toorai. Toorai, oh, Toorai. John Kanaka Toorai.
Thanks, everybody, and just thank you so much for coming. This means a lot to us. And we're moving on, returning to another Pogues song. This one, a song of memories, set on the shores of the famous river in Ireland, the broad, majestic Shannon.
There was whiskey on Sunday and tears on our cheeks. You sang me a song that was pure as the breeze on the road leading up to the bay. I sat for a while at the cross of Finno, where young lovers would meet when the flowers were in bloom. Heard the men coming from the fair at Shinra, our hearts in Tipperary, wherever they go. Take my hand and dry your tears, babe. Take my hand, forget your fears, babe. There's no pain, there's no more sorrow. They're all gone in the years, babe. I sat for a while by the grouts in the wall, on a rusty tin can and an old hurling ball. Heard the cards being dealt and the rosary call, and a fiddle played Sean Donegal. And the next time I see you down at the Greeks, there'll be whiskey on Sunday and tears on our cheeks. It's stupid to laugh and it's useless to bawl, but a rusty tin can and an old hurling ball. Take my hand
Oh, we need a little bit of a hush now because we need some respect for the dearly departed. We are going to a wake. There's a lot of wakes. It's going to end up with a lot of fun. So join in if you catch on to the chorus, and we are going to Steve O'Donnell's wake. Just going to find the Death March to start with.
Steve O'Donnell was a gentleman, so everybody said. He was loved by all his friends, both rich and poor. And everyone felt sorry when they heard that Steve was dead, and they saw the piece of crepe upon the door. 2, 3, 4, the
Barber came to shave the Galway sluggers from his throat, and to cut his hair in all a pompadour. A red necktie and a buttonhole bouquet was in his coat, and a bunch of shamrocks in his hands he bore. There were fighters and biters and Irish dynamiters. There was beer, gin, whiskey, wine, and cake. There were men in high positions and Irish politicians, and they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake. Undertaker Feeney had to lay O'Donnell out in a casket of the very finest clay. Ooh la la! He addressed the corpse in broadcloth and said, "Boys, there'll be no doubt that they'll all get drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake." There were 50 candles at his head and 20 at his feet, 20 flowers sent for friendship's sake. "Oh, Stevie Roy, why did you die?" the grieving widow said, and they all felt sad at Steve O'Donnell's wake. There were fighters and biters and Irish dynamiters. There was beer, gin, whiskey, wine, and cake. There were men in high positions and Irish politicians, and they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake. Mike McGovern said that Steve O'Donnell was an awful bum. Of course he only meant it as a joke. But Paddy Mac got up his back when he made the gun run, 'cause he hit him in the eye an awful poke. They all joined in the fighting then, 'cause everyone was mad, and blood enough was spilled to form a lance. 10,001. They knocked the corpse down on the floor and blew out all the lights. There was murder down at Steve O'Donnell's wake. There were fighters and biters and Irish dynamiters. There was beer, gin, whiskey, wine, and cake. There were men in high positions and Irish politicians, and they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake. Then the cops came in to stop the brawl to make them understand, and the corpse was picked up by his brother Dan. But someone stole the necktie from around O'Donnell's throat. Mike McGovern said O'Reilly was the man. O'Reilly's friends got crazy mad and swore they'd have his life. McGovern saw he made a great mistake. Uh-oh, they fought and danced around until the cops came in and arrested all at Steve O'Donnell's wake. There were fighters and biters and Irish dynamiters. There was beer, gin, whiskey, wine, and cake. There were men in high positions and Irish politicians, and they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake. Who was there? There were fighters and biters and Irish dynamiters. There was beer, gin, whiskey, wine, and cake. There were men in high positions and Irish politicians, and they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake. And they all got drunk at Steve O'Donnell's wake.
Oh boy, I think we've got another drinking song. We're going to need to Guinness off this, so if you feel like shouting the band, we'll be very welcome.
So we've just got one more song for you, yep, and we're hoping that most of you know this one. You might have heard it before, so if you feel so inclined, join
How many
right
steps to the Guinness tent, do we decide?
Yeah,
39.
Stand
There's
is
39
nice.
purposeful strides to the Guinness tent. So. All right. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I've been a wild rover for many a year.
I spent all me money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more.
And it's no day never.
No day never no more will I play the wild rover.
No, never.
No more. So I went to the ale house I used to frequent, and I told the landlady my money was spent. So I asked her for credit. She answered me nay. Such a custom is yours I can have any day.
And it's no day never.
No day never no more will I play the wild rover.
No, never.
No more. Oh, I took from me pocket 10 sovereigns prize, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She says, I have whiskeys and wines of the best, and the words that I spoke here were only in jest.
And it's no day never.
No day never no more will I play the wild rover.
No, never.
No more. So I says, you can keep all your whiskey, your beer likewise too, for not another penny I'll be spending on you. For the money I've gotten, I'm taking good care, and I never will play the wild rover no more.
And it's no day never.
No day never no more will I play the wild rover.
No, never.
No more. One last time,
And it's no day never.
no day never no more will I play the wild rover.
No, never.
No more.
Hey, River City Rovers, thank you. All right,
Thank you, everybody. Center for Irish Music.
pop songs. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of the fair, and we're going to head over to the Brian Baru Band, so they'll make a good lot of noise for us. Music, sorry.